Hi everyone, it's Leona with Leona's Designs, and I am excited to be back with week 32 of the Slow Stitch with K3N. I think this week is going to be really fun. It's couching and creating a small scroll. The week 32 is inspired by Judith E. Martin's work at the Festival of Quilts. Catherine got to meet her and view her work and was really inspired to create this piece that we're going to be working on this week. Judith Martin created a scroll called Not to Know But to Go On. And the scroll is 220 feet long by 13 inches wide. And it's all slow stitched. So that's pretty amazing, and it must have been amazing to see. So Catherine was inspired to create this little scroll piece that we're going to be working on today with couching. It's just couching and different slow stitches. So it sounds good. It's going to be pretty easy, and it looks like it's going to be really fun. So I'm going to turn the camera and we'll get working on it. So this is what I've chosen for my small piece. It will fit in my journal. It's about 6 or 7 inches long. I think it's 7 inches and 4 inches wide. And it's this piece of, it's just cotton, kind of a pink color. Mauve pink, and then the back is just a piece of blue. It feels like linen, and I'm hoping I can work on these two together because the way Catherine explained it is Judith Martin's scroll was based on not to know but to go on. It was just pieces stitched together, and she worked on the front and the back both. So there's really no front or back. It was all one piece, all worked on. You know, sometimes she would work on the front, sometimes the back, and it was just all like one piece, not front and back. So I thought that was very interesting. And what K3N was doing was she was couching down some of her orts, which I have lots of orts. I call them threadlings. Daniela Mellon calls them threadlings. I thought that was a nicer name. So I'm going to use these to couch down. Maybe colorful ones on this side and a little more muted ones on this side. I'm not sure, but that's what Catherine did. So I've got these, I don't know, I got this somewhere at a dinner party I went to. They had these attached to something, and so I brought them home and thought I would use them in my slow stitch work. So these are nice and colorful. I think I'll use these to couch down. And the fun part is Catherine was showing how she couched, and it's different from the way I couched because I never really knew how to couch. So I just kind of, I guess I did a spiral kind of, but she does it a little different. So I thought I could try both ways and then see, because what it looks like on the back then, I guess there's not really a back, but on the other side, it leaves stitches on the other side. Anyway, I'm not explaining it very clear, so I'm just going to start, and you'll see as we go along. I'm working on both sides, and first I'm going to, I think I'll take this green, and I'm going to stitch all around the outside in just a running stitch. And then will start. So keeping in mind that we're going to see both sides and we're going to be working on both sides, I'm going to try to stitch in a straight line a little neater, but you know, it is what it is. Anyway, I'm glad to be getting back into the slow stitching because I've kind of been away from it for a while. So I got into doing some Wednesday crafting here at my complex where I live, and kind of got away from my slow stitch. So I got behind. I think I'm about 4 weeks behind now in my slow stitching. But I did have fun with the weekly crafting. We made some really neat things. Excuse me, I have a froggy voice today. The first thing we worked on in the crafting group was sun catchers, which all of us enjoyed and turned out some really cute ones. Because one of the ladies that came has a lot of beads, so she brought a lot of beads, and I made the hangers from just tree branches that I found laying around, and these little hooks that I bought at Walmart. And another neighbor friend of mine put all the hooks in and drilled the holes and everything for us. So we all had a tree branch hanger that we could attach our different sun catchers to, and mine turned out really nice, and I think everybody had fun. It was easy. And then the next week, I think we worked on clay, air dry clay, which was a new experience for me. I never worked with clay before. It was fun. And I made a vase. Used the clay to cover just a glass jar that I had. And then I decoupaged it and turned it into a little vase. And I also made a magnet to go on my refrigerator. But I have to say, working with clay wasn't my favorite thing to do. So I really would rather stick to slow stitching and drawing and collaging. All right, I got all the way around. So here's this side, and then here's this side. I did manage to catch all of that in there. So now I'm just going to tie this off. And see what we're going to do next. Here's another ort. Okay. I have any. I have this needle thread with blue that I can use. I think I will start on this side, and I think I will use blue. I'm going to couch some blue down. I have a lot of blue, I guess. I have this dark blue and this light blue. I think I'm going to couch those down together. And this, I'm going to try it Catherine's way. See if I can move this in. I'm going to try it Catherine's way. See if I can get my needle in right here at the end. And what she does is she goes, if your thread is under the piece that you're couching, gotta get this even here. Okay, if your thread is under the piece you're couching, then you keeps moving. My fingers are so dry it catches the cloth. You go up, take a little stitch, and that traps the thread, and then you come down on the other side of the couch thread and take a little stitch, and that traps it. And then you just keep doing that. Up, little stitch, up, and then my needle came unthreaded. See if I can thread it without the needle threader. Yay, I did it. Okay. Now I'm going to keep doing that. And then the next one, I'll show you the other way she showed us we could do it. If I can do it. But this is a pretty good way. The way I was doing it, I was just going like in a spiral around and around, which works also. I guess the thing is just to get it stitched down. And then on the back side you can have this. Why this thread is doing this? It's coming apart. I think it's because of the, I think the, when I'm couching down is coming apart. I just think this will be a fun project because, you know, you can embellish it as much as you want. And it's not really hard. Like last week's project wasn't hard. I was just, I guess, intimidated by learning how to stitch that shisha down. But once I tried it, I found out it wasn't that hard, which often happens. I've got them all stitched down. Gonna do a little back stitch here. Okay, so there's one couching, and this is the other side. So now I'm going to work, guess I'll work on this side because my thread is over here. So I could just do some stitching, or I can couch. I don't know if I want to. Couch some more. I think I would like to couch it in a, not in a straight row. Which one do I want? Maybe I should have got yarn. It would have been easier, I think. Well, I'm gonna just do some stitching, I think. What do I want to stitch? I think I'll do a back stitch. This is just kind of a meditative way to stitch. Doesn't really have any plan. I guess Catherine ended up having a theme to hers. But so far I haven't seen any theme to mine. Hopefully it will happen if I continue. Or as Judith named her work, not to know but to go on. So I guess if you don't know what's going to come of it, you just keep going on and see what happens. Now my thread came out. All right, well, my thread came out right at the end, had that one little row of stitching, and on this side just kind of made that. So I'm going to continue on and do a few more rows, and then I'll be back to show you. Okay, I'm still working on it, but I thought I'd come back and show you this. I decided to couch down this one red ort. It has some orange in it too, I think. My way of couching, and I thought I'd, instead of doing a straight line, I'd kind of wave it. I think it's really cool. I like the way it looks. But on the back side, or not the back side, on the other side, I don't like the way my stitching looks there. So I really like Catherine's way of stitching better than mine. Even though it looks good on this side, it doesn't look that good on this side. So what I thought I'd do on this side is I've got some blue thread, and I'm just going to weave it through these stitches just to see what that will look like. Maybe to make it look a little better. It's kind of, what do they call that? When you do running stitches and then you weave it through. Let me go look. I paused it to go look because I can never remember it. It's called a whipped running stitch. And even though this isn't a running stitch really, I think it'll look the same. So I'm just going to put my knot through here and come up. And then I'm just going to weave through these yellow stitches and see how that looks. And I did recently watch a video about the whipped running stitch, and then there was also different ways you could weave it through, like up and down, and different ways to make it look different. So I'm going to try that too. I should have got that paper when I looked at to tell you what the different names for them were. But I think this will make it look better. And it will add a little interest to it. I'm going to pause it and go get that paper so I can tell you the rest of those stitches, because it's just going to sit in my head until I get it out. Okay, so the whipped running stitch is kind of like this. Then there's one, and that's where you just go up, which I would just keep going up through the stitches. And then the laced running stitch is up and down. So you go up and down, up and down. I guess that's what I'm doing right now. So I'm going, I already went down. Now I'll go up. Up. And then I'll go down. No, I guess I am just going up. This is the whipped running stitch then. It's going up all the time. But the laced is up and down, and then interlaced is up and down twice. Makes kind of a chain look. And then there's a Pekingese, which you go down and up and then leave a loop and go back and come out on the top of the loop. I don't know. I would have to watch that one again to see if I can do that one. But I just thought it was interesting. It was a little Facebook reel or Instagram reel that showed it, and I thought it was really cool. So it would be just something else to learn and try. But I'm already liking how this is looking. It changes the look entirely. So that's just an idea. If you have some stitches that you don't like the way they look, you can try this and maybe improve the look. I did that on my borders a lot of times. I would do a running stitch border and then I would whip stitch it to make it look more even. Which I might even do on this. I have a lot of thread. I could just go right around and continue. I think I will do that. So there's that. It looks so much better now. And I'm just gonna keep going all the way around. And I'll be back. Well, I'm gonna call it done. It took me a little longer than I thought it would, but I was having so much fun. It was so enjoyable to try all these different stitches and practice my seed stitching and my couching, my French knots, my feather stitch, fly stitch, or couching. I did a lot of weaving, a lot of the whipped running stitch and the laced running stitch. I even tried the interlaced running stitch somewhere, and that was pretty cool. I think it was on this side. I think it was in here. It didn't show up that well, but I'm really happy with this side. I like this side. It's colorful, it's joyful, it looks happy. This side is kind of mundane and just random, kind of confusing. So I'm calling this my life. Because sometimes in life we get confused, or our days are just mundane or boring or just kind of sad, or just kind of, you know, a little bit up and down, not interesting. But then other days are joyful and happy, and we do have some journeys that we take to unknown places and they turn out fun. Like Judith E. Martin said, not to know but to go on. So sometimes we have those hills and mountains we have to climb. We don't know where we're going, but we keep going. And just little seed stitches that are just all the walks in life that we take here and there, and the people we meet, and the experiences we have, and me having faith in God and Him leading and guiding me. I can always fall back on Him. On the days that are joyful, I can say, thank you, Lord. And on those days that are boring and mundane and sad, I can run to Him for comfort. So I'm just going to call this piece my life. It's just full of all kinds of experiences and happy, sad moments. But I'm thankful for every day, every moment that I've had. So I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope you're inspired to just maybe try this project and see what you come up with, stitching on both sides of the cloth. It's kind of surprising because when you stitch one side and it looks so pretty and you just love it, and you turn it over and it's like, whoa, what happened on this side? So it's fun then to go back to the other side and try to fix it up to make it look a little better. which is what I did here. I liked this feather stitch, and then I turned it over and it's like, whoa, doesn't look so good on this side, but I tried to weave some yarn in and make it look a little better. So I'm happy with how it turned out. I really enjoyed this experience, and I hope you watched and I hope you watched and were inspired, and I hope to see you again soon for week 33, whatever that is. Have a great day. And if you're not subscribed, I urge you to subscribe, because I'm planning to catch up on all these projects, so I'll probably be posting every day for a while. Have a good night, and I hope to see you again soon.